All right. Good morning, guys. Sorry, late arriving. Got some couple of last minute things I had to take care of here. Let me get my ducks in a row and we'll get rocking and rolling. Great to see several of you just a few days ago. And some get to meet for the first time in person. That was awesome. And just a fantastic event. And again, great to see everybody. So let me jump into it here. We had leaderboards. Obviously, most people were traveling, so numbers a little light this week, but I was actually very impressed. You guys went out and really on a short week did pretty impressive production. So hats off to you guys for going out and making it happen again on a relatively few number of days. So we had number 7 for the week. John Gilliam had one application, $267. Brett Applin actually had an app that he turned in a couple weeks ago, but we had to get some paperwork straightened out on it. So he had one application showed up this week for $1,296. Julia Pappas, one application, $1,826. Kevin Brazda, 2 applications, $2,291. Mr. Spencer Cushion, 3 applications, $2,859. Mr. John Paul Vetter, 2 applications, $3,661. And the number one writer for the week, Mr. Greg Shapiro, 2 applications, $4,319. Hats off to Greg. Greg is a new writer, and he went out and made it happen. So awesome work, Greg. So guys, I am pumped up this morning coming out of conference. We had just a phenomenal time there. We've got some things that I'm going to go over here just in a minute. As far as the announcements, so one thing that I wanted to touch on, and we're going to bring out some new information on this very shortly. But we are going to start doing what we call a Zoom room dial session. We're actually teaming up with the Mank and Nolan agencies, and I'll be putting up all the information on GroupMe after the call. But Zoom Room, so obviously the Zoom platform that we're using right now. What we're seeing, several other agencies are using this this mode of dialing, where everybody gets on a Zoom call. Lines are muted, so you don't hear a lot of traffic going back and forth. But it gives you an opportunity to kind of, from time to time, number one, it gives you opportunities to be in a community. So, I know getting on the phone, dialing, especially if you're at home, you're by yourself, and it just seems like you're on an island, you're the only one doing it. Nice thing about doing Zoom Room is you get an opportunity to, again, be around other people as they are dialing and see that other people are in the fight with you, so to speak. We're also going to set it up to where we're going to have some of our leaders from time to time. We'll actually have their audio unmuted. You won't be able to get to interact with them or ask questions or anything. But you'll get a chance to kind of listen in and hear a little bit about how they run their dial sessions. And so, and that's going to be a great opportunity to learn from the best. And again, it's going to be just a way to have community, but also to be able to learn something. Also gives us a chance, myself, Scott Mank, Jeremiah Nolan, several of the leaders on the team will be popping in and out and just checking in. And if we see somebody that we get the feeling that looks like they're struggling a little bit on the phone, they need some coaching. Gives us the opportunity to immediately be able to step in and do some one-on-one. Right now, that one-on-one is just going to be jumping on a phone call, directly. But we're actually looking at possibly setting up with Zoom where we could have coaching sessions off on a side room. That's one of the features that Zoom has. So that is something that I want you to take advantage of, because what we're seeing is the teams who are implementing the Zoom dial, they are having tremendous increases in the number of appointments set, the success rate of their agents. And so it's a huge opportunity for you to really, again, join in the community and again, not feel like you're having to fight this battle alone. So keep an eye out. I'll post up the links to that Zoom dial session. It's going to be open all day on Friday and Saturday. So it's open right now. I know several of the Nolan agencies already jumped on, but so you said you can kind of jump in and out when you do a dial session to just see what's going on there. Guys, one of the things that I wanted to talk about this morning is just coming out of conference, man. What a phenomenal event. And it, obviously, those of you who've never been, you understand now why we promote it so heavily. I mean, just the information, just the positive energy coming out of that is just, it can't be equaled. And there's no way that, myself or any other leaders on the team working with you on a one-on-one basis and training can infuse that much information and that much energy into your business. And so that's why we promote it. One of the things that and here's one of the traps of conference, if you will, and it's still a positive, but obviously we're coming out and to quote a famous orator, we're all jacked up on Mountain Dew right now. I mean, it's, we're excited and we're ready to go on, take on the world. But the problem with that is it's physically and humanly impossible to maintain that level of excitement and energy. I mean, it just doesn't, that just doesn't happen. And it shouldn't. I mean, if you were that jacked up all the time, quite frankly, you'd probably stroke out at some point or something. You just get too much going on up here. But there is a way to actually, convert that into positive results in your business. You want to take that spirit and that feeling that you have right now, and you want to, turn that into a positive mindset. And you want to use that to reinforce your why in the business. Everything that we learned at that event and the speakers from the stage and the people that spoke into us and gave us that, it gave us that sense of, what it takes to get success in this business. All those things you want to bank. And again, you want to turn that into a resolve. You want to turn it into, again, a positive energy and mindset that, when you hit those tough days, and it happens, it's impossible to avoid. There will be tough days in this business. But when you do that you've got that banked away, and you can go back and recall, the feeling that you had sitting there as you listened to the stories and as you went through the training and saw all of basically the game plan, how to make this thing happen. And that all of those people that you heard on the stage and in the breakout session had gone through that same cycle. And that's what conference is really about. It's just, it's a telling of the story, if you will. It's the quote unquote, the Bible of our system and what it takes to get through all of that. And so, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that, but one of the things, again, I just wanted to make sure that coming out of conference, we really capture that energy, bottle it up, if you will. Again, I'm not expecting everybody to maintain that level of excitement, but do take the lessons, do take the concepts, do take what you took away from conference and marry that to your why. Why are you in this business? Whether it be for your family time, family financial freedom, whether it be just personal financial freedom, success, reaching certain levels. For some people it's, hey, I want my name in lights, so to speak, when they're putting you up on the big board in front of the stage. So whatever that is for you, let's make that connection, take that energy and make that happen. So one of the big announcements coming out of this event is this has never happened before, but the more I've thought about it since I've had a couple of days to process it, I'm so pumped up. I think this is just a phenomenal opportunity for us, and that's the upcoming Whalen Hierarchy Conference in August in Tucson. And guys, this has never happened before. Just for those of you who are brand new, typically we'd had a national conference twice a year. So it's every 6 months. And I can tell you the impact and importance of that. Every conference I've gone into, the timing couldn't be better because, again, you come out with so much energy, so much excitement. You go out and you hit it, you kill it, and you're pushing hard. and you're having success. And then about 4 or 5 months in, you start losing, and you start losing your energy and running out of gas. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I felt like every conference I've kind of come in on fumes, so to speak, you know, to use that analogy, where you're just about out of gas. And then you get that energy, that recharge, and you take off. Guys, having this conference coming up just a little over 90 days out, 90 to 120 days out, and this is something unusual. Like I said, we've had the national conference, now we're breaking it down, and we're doing a Wayland Hierarchy Conference. It's still going to be a big deal, because the Wayland Hierarchy, we're expecting anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 people at this event by itself. And it's still going to be, you know, some of the best content, best training. I mean, it's going to be the very similar format to what we've had at National Conference, but now it's going to be our group. And it's going to be our hierarchy through the Wayland Hierarchy. And so I am really excited. If if the timing didn't work out, you know, maybe you just got signed up and you didn't get a chance to get to this conference, I cannot tell you how lucky you are to be able to have this one coming up in just over 90 days out. That most people, when we sign them and bring them on, if they just missed a conference, they had a minimum of 6 months, and now a year. Now that the company Symmetry has changed their policy where they're doing the national event once a year, they had a long time to wait and a lot of information that they missed out on, and they just had to really just kind of stumble through for several months to figure this thing out, and hopefully figure enough out to be able to stay around until the next event. And be able to take off. Guys, you've got a huge opportunity to plug into this coming up in August 2nd and 3rd in Tucson, Arizona. And like I said, if you miss this one, the timing couldn't be better for you. And you know, for those of us coming out of this event, I mean, you see what it does for you and your mindset, but also your skill set. You know, all the tools that you're walking away with from this event that you can plug into your business today, this weekend, as you jump on the phone next week as you're in the home, and immediately start implementing that into success. But the opportunity now, only 90 days later, to be able to build on that, because every conference is a building block. You go through and you do breakout sessions, you learn a lot of tools that are going to earn you money immediately. And in the next conference, you take different breakouts, and those build on what you learned already from the last one, and you just keep building this business up more and more successful, higher and higher income. But again, just the timing of this, to be able to go in and be able to build on what you're taking out of this conference and do it only 90 days later, I can't tell you how much impact it's going to have on your business, guys. So take what you're coming out of this conference with, this national conference, plug it into your business, run hard, have a lot of success, have a lot of wins right now, and you will. I guarantee you will if you implement what you learn. But keep in mind, we're going to give you an extra shot in the arm here in just 90 days. So all that being said, coming out, obviously, this next conference, same as this one, there's going to be a little bit of an investment to get there. We keep it as low as possible. In fact, the hierarchies absorb the bulk of the cost. What they send in us in ticket price is nowhere near what it costs them to put it on. I guarantee it's several times that. But we're going to post all this up on GroupMe. The conference information, August 2nd and 3rd, is going to be at the JW Marriott Tucson Star Pass Resort and Spa. It's a beautiful location. I mean, it's set right in the foothills of the mountains. I mean, it just looks absolutely gorgeous. It's in Arizona, so golf courses. I mean, they've got a full service spa. I'm excited about it. This is going to be a great trip. There are, as last time, guys, I stepped up. I bought owners packs. I know several of our team builders bought owners packs, and I have to confess, I don't know everybody that's bought an owner's pack yet. I got to figure that out. But if you did not get a chance to buy an owner's pack, and again, that's basically a block of 10 tickets for an owner's pack. And what that does for you, the reason we do that, if you want to build an agency, You buy a block of 10 tickets, and the reason we use the number 10 is because we know if you get 10 people to conference, 90 days, 90 to 120 days after that conference, you will be running $50,000 a month as an organization. And the reason why that number is important is because $50,000 a month with 7 riders, 3 months in a row, earns you an agency ownership contract from Symmetry Financial Group. It becomes your agency. It becomes an asset at that point. So that's why the owners packs are set up in blocks of 10. And a lot of us buy multiple packs. And hats off to all of you who've done that already. Because like I said, every 10 you get is another 50,000. If you didn't get an opportunity to get in, and so what they did is they did discounted owners pack. So basically it was, while you were at conference, if you went in and bought an owners pack, you actually got a reduced rate. They're going to be $1,500. No, I'm sorry. They were going to be more than that. They're going to be $1,800. The regular price. But they had a conference special where we could pick them up for $1,300. That was through the 17th. However, we discovered there was a little bit of a technical glitch, and some people who wanted owners packs did not get owners packs. So the hierarchy, the Whalen hierarchy, and Jacob Hogue actually made a decision to go ahead and extend that deadline. Guys, this is huge. Like I said, they had a hard deadline of midnight, April 17th, but because of the technical issues, they've extended it to tonight at midnight, April the 19th. If you didn't get a chance to buy an owner's pack and you wanted to, that price of $12.99 is still good through tonight. Okay, and that includes the individual tickets. Now, if you're on this call, don't worry about buying an individual ticket through the website. Come to one of us who bought the owner's pack, because we can actually get you a better price than what they're selling their discounted tickets for on the corporate website. Speaking of that, so there again, I just want to make that quick announcement. If you didn't get a chance to buy an owner's pack April the 19th, which is today, by midnight Eastern, you can still get in and lock one of those in. If you're not at that point where you're ready to make that investment, or you're not sure if you want to build a team, you just want to get to the conference, check it out. So we have, like I said, myself, several of the leaders on this team have already bought owners packs. And so we're going to be selling tickets, again, cheaper than what you can go online and buy them through the corporate website. And so because I bought the discounted pack, I'm going to sell mine at $130. $130 a ticket. And I'm sure probably all of our leaders will probably be doing the same thing, because that's the price they pay. But one of the things that I want to put out as an incentive for you to hit the done button. And I'm going to take care of this. Those of you who bought owners pack, you don't have to do what I'm getting ready to do here. I mean, anybody that signs up on your owners packs or on mine, they're going to get the same benefit. So I'm going to put up a little incentive to hit the done button to get your tickets for Tucson in August. And between now and April the 26th, which is next Friday, if you get a ticket bought, you're going to get some goodies. Number one, everybody that buys a ticket gets what I call some ticket swag. That means you're going to get a shirt, a branded logoed shirt. Still working on the details yet. I just put this together this morning. So either a button up or a polo. I'm going to make it a nice shirt that you can actually wear to the event, wear around conference, and show off your team pride. So everybody that buys a ticket between now and next Friday, you get ticket swag. So you get a shirt. We'll have a private lunch that you'll be able to be invited to, and be myself. I'll have some guests come in, some guest speaker from our hierarchy, and get an opportunity to spend some one-on-one time with us. Private lunch paid, and then we'll also be a little conference goodie bag. I'm working on what all is going in that conference goodie bag. I don't know all the details yet, but we'll have some notebooks, we'll have some pens, we'll have some other fun stuff that we're going to throw in there to really, make the experience a good one for you. So between now today, Friday, and next Friday, April the 26th. Get signed up, get a branded shirt, get a private lunch, and get a conference goodie bag. So guys, take advantage of that. Now that's just a little incentive to hit the done button, get it done as quickly as possible. The big incentive though is going to be for what you're going to get out of this event in growth in your personal business, and then if you're getting people there to build an agency, your team builds the business. Guys, that is, those of you who went, you now see the light. You see why we've been pushing this event so hard, and why we insist that you come to it. It's just so impactful. All right, guys, that's all I had for this morning. I just really kind of, like I said, just want to touch on a couple of things coming out of conference. Make sure that we were in the right mindset. Do get with me or get with your upline, and let's put a game plan together. Coming out of conference, what do you want to accomplish? How do you, let's put some specific numbers, financial goals, promotion goals. Where do you want to be in the company? In fact, let's do it by, let's set these goals where you want to be by August 2nd and 3rd for Tucson. Where do you want to be financially? Where do you want to be in ranking? Let's set up some specific goals and let's make that happen. Put some action plans in place. So reach out to myself, reach out to your team leader, your upline, and guys, take advantage of all this that we're coming out of conference with to make that happen. So great to have you all on this morning. Again, wanted to keep this a short meeting. I mean, if you're like me, my eyes are still a little bit glazed over from the 2 days of information. There's absolutely like leaking out of my head right now. But I did want to touch base with everybody, and I can't tell you how grateful I am to have all of you part of this team, and all those I got to meet at the conference and see again, or meet for the first time. That's the best part of the event. So I'm so happy you were able to be there, guys. I will wrap it up for this morning. Dial day, again, keep an eye on GroupMe. I'm getting ready to post up the Zoom room. If you want to jump on, try that out. We're going to have a little bit more training on that moving forward. Again, we're going to really beef that up to where you get some real advantages and content out of that call, or the opportunity to be a part of that, so you can learn from some of these top leaders on the team, what they do on the phoning to have success. So keep an eye out. We're going to have several announcements coming out here within the next hour on GroupMe. Oh, last thing, I did not mention this, and I actually forgot to write it down, but this is something I've been working on. I'm actually putting on a contest for the last week of the month, and I'm still putting the final details on the numbers to get, the next hour. I should be posting up the next hour and a half. I'm going to post up the numbers. There's going to be some lead credits, some opportunities for you there to win some extra leads. So take advantage of that. So watch for that. Like I said, I don't have the details finalized, hammered out yet. Just know you want to jump on the phone and set a bunch of appointments, because I'm going to make it worth your while. So, all right, guys, have a great dial day. And get out there, set up yourself a successful week. Take everything that you're taking from conference that you learned, plug that into your business. The biggest thing, doesn't matter all the stuff that you learn. If you don't have massive action, it's not going to do you a darn bit of good. So go out, get your appointment scheduled, and take this information and actually use it to blow your business up. So, all right, thanks, guys. We will appreciate you all being on the call. We'll talk to you soon.